Hey everyone. If you regret the title of this video, will Fast X beat Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 at the box office? Well, I tell you why it was happening. If you case in the news today that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 break box office records, and it was a but unfortunately in reality it didn't break even opening weekend. It almost less than domestic. It's actually is breaking even was 180 uh, 100 $118 million, and almost three more the mid rate. But it was a disappointment. But even it was a become the box. I think this opening weekend was going to be bigger, like did with the last Guardians movie. Was got a lot of ton of money, but he didn't break even. He even didn't bring in the money box opening weekend the box office. A disappointment, but and again and this is final James Gunn's Marvel Studios movie before move to DC, known as, or DC Studios, because interestingly enough, the next month, these Warner Brothers and DC released The Flash, was going to be the infamous movie ever, and was become it's going to be the best superhero movie ever. Yeah, I know. Due to Ezra Miller's criminal problems that had to do with this movie, it's also going to be the arresting Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League in favor of the new universe that James Gunn had created, along with her partner Peter Safran. Because who knows? David Zaslav wants the money. I hate you. And also worth noting that Gunn fired Henry Cavill for no apparent reason, because after the lot of ending post mid credits cameo in the credit scene from Black Adam was so wanted to do the Black go be say Henry Cavill Superman saved the universe, but unfortunately that never happened, and the scrapped the thing, fired him, and rebooted the franchise with Superman Legacy, with completely different Superman, but needed younger, like Tom Holland did with Spider-Man. So I'm not interested in that. So, and also I'm not interested to see the Flash, because you know. Anywho, but the opening weekend of Guardians 3 was didn't break even at opening weekend, because personally, I think the superhero fatigue was become a thing now. So mostly, the box office revenue was pretty much even the Guardians 3 was pretty much the final nail in the coffin of MCU. So I think the reason, because the probably released the week app. I think the next weekend was going to be a box office drop, because of after the a failure of singles with the failure of the MN and the Wise Quantumania. So the reason, because Gaia Stream was going to be a failure, but in the box office, because unfortunately nobody went to see the CPU fatigue thing. But the only reason, because 2 weeks after Gaia Stream release and in theaters, there's another film was pretty much could be bigger success than the Gaia Stream. That's right. It was Fast X. It was 10 installments of the Fast and Furious franchise, and because this is one to be going to be better in the box office. I mean, Fast X was going to be like Guardians 3. This is going to be not one but two-part finale of the Fast and Furious franchise, and I think Fast X was going to be a figure conclusion of the franchise. Yeah, you thought the Furious 7 was going to be a full conclusion of that? No. This is going to be the real conclusion. And Fast X was going to be a lot of cast, like Jason Momoa, that one go play Ratcatcher 2 from the Suicide Squad, the same year as F9, really, And Brie Larson, I hope it didn't screw this up this time. And the one and only Rita Moreno from, wait, that's right, Rita Moreno. Um, it was fresh off of the remake, Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story. Um, it's partly going to be on the box office figure, although Ariana DeBose won the Best Actress um, at the Oscars, so good for him. But even Rita Moreno wanted to do something, wanted to do cup ties, it could be typecasting. It's like they're doing like more like Diane Keaton or Meryl Streep type roles. So I think um, Fast X was need to revive a career with a bang, the box office blockbuster bang. So I'm excited, but and even though Fast X is going to be a two-part finale, but it's going to be the 11th in 2025 that Fast Six was going to be a follow-up of the final chapter with Fast and Furious final chapter. What the working title that is. It was going to be co-written by the writer of the Flash, Christina Hobson, and that one guy who never heard, who writer the also wrote the 22 Jump Street film and even the Lost City with Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock. So I think um, Fast X will go be beat Guardians 3 in the box office. Well, I think the summer blockbuster was become the thing, and probably and around corner this year because personally I know that Fast X was going to be better than Guardians 3. It's going to be like the biggest car movie ever today, spy movie ever today that isn't Mission Impossible. Because unlike Mission Impossible, this Fast X is going to be a big conclusion about Vin Diesel and his family, if you will. So I think this is going to be the end of the era, and this is directed by Louis Gisesto, who wait Louis Leterrier. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. So and is a director of the first two Transporter movies and the first Now You See Me, the Crash and the Titan sequel. He also co-creator of the Lupin series from Netflix, and of course the infamous The Incredible Hulk for Marvel. Yes, I call it the infamous because the Edward Norton had the difficult to work with in doing the production and and even post production and release the movie and before we release the movie and anyway, and also this is because it was released by Universal because this is the same studio who fresh off of the massive success of the Super Mario Brothers movie. So I think this is going to be the big box office pretender of Universal, and much like the first studio Paramount, I think we're going to be revived the box office rentable after the last one had two big films like Jurassic World Dominion and Minions: The Rise of Gru. The latter was co-produced with Illumination. So, and the Dimension Super Mario Brothers movie was also co-produced with Illumination. Yeah. So I hope Guardians 3 was going to be a box office drop in this weekend, and I hope and I'm a little excited for to see Fast X in next weekend on Friday, and here in overseas in the 2 years prior on Wednesday. So I'm excited. So I'm on a hope box office revenue will. I hope the Fast X box office will be beat Guardians 3 because it's pretty much become what's happening in the entertainment industry, and this is going to be one of our final projects, final Fast and Furious movie that was going to be two parts. So I'm excited that I haven't say Fast X was going to be the end of her line or road, if you will. But I remember I haven't. I had yesterday. I bought the DVD, Blu-ray release of. I bought on the Ikamaxi, the retail store here in Sweden. I have bought the Fast and Furious 9 and Bad Boys for Life. This movie was made before Will Smith slap debacle. So I think the last movie didn't well in the box office, even especially in China due to John Cena's Chinese apologies. He literally speaks Chinese and even did made the Bin Ji Ling meme. But nevertheless, Fast and Furious 9 or F9 was as a whole was going to be was okay film, but even this is released before the Suicide Squad in theaters at the box office due to a release in the same in day on HBO Max in America. So I have no idea, but and it got even better. In 2 years, in 2025, that Fast and Furious, the final chapter, again, the working title, was released the same year as Superman Legacy. And because described as the true beginning of James Gunn's DCU. So I would say I'm no interest to see Superman Legacy because for reasons the Warner Brothers current regime was taking less and less effect, was an anti-Snyder, if you will. But I want to see the Fast and Furious, the final chapter instead in 2025. So I'm excited. You excited. So I hope Fast X going to beat Guardians 3 in the box office. So I hope to see you. Wait to see in the box office drop this weekend, and I hope next week Fast X was going to be broke all sorts of box office records and it's become one of the great turning point of the summer blockbuster. It's going to be a two-part finale, like I said. So, and I didn't mention that I haven't even go to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because I'm still sick. I want to go see, but I'm gonna go buy tickets of. But I'm gonna go next weekend, so but I'm gonna go buy the tickets of Fast Six today. I'm gonna see on Wednesday. This is gonna be opening day, so and I'm excited for Fast Six more than Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 3, and also the next month the Flash. Well, no interest because the problems. The Ray Fishers was not declining to doing a cameo role, and even Ben Affleck was doing done for Batman. It was going to be a favorite scenes that I ever did in cinema since Air. Who directing Air, Michael Joe, a Nike biopic movie called Air with best buddy Matt Damon. So I'm gonna say I no interest for that of the Flash. I'm more rather go watch the see Transformers and even the Indiana Jones movie. But this one, the Fast X was going to be more hype than the Guardians 3. So I'm excited for this, and Fast X is going to be in farewell to her family or the franchise too. So can't wait to see it, and that's pretty much what it's all about. So have a good day.